Yo, I am live. Whoa, my hair. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Game On. My name is Justin. If you're watching this in video on demand, I have a game this weekend. I have a bunch of games this weekend, actually. I'm getting together with some friends who are mostly going to be running Savage Worlds. And it's kind of a roundhouse DM game master style of game where everybody basically runs a game and everybody brings food. And everybody's basically going to be running Savage Worlds. I doubt there's going to be many other systems going on. So I figured I'd run a Traveler game. This is just a one-shot, so I'm not really, busy and worried about in-depth lore building or anything like that. So it's not anything crazy. I'm just going to be live streaming and kind of recording my process. I'm not going to be my normal entertaining self. Lore building or anything like that. Okay, cool. I'm live. It's not like a regular video where I'm just going to be all off the top of the walls, bouncing off the walls. So, anyway, behind me I'll adjust my webcam when I need to, is some grid paper, because I will be even drawing my maps here for you guys. So, in case you ever wanted to just kick back and see what I do for running a Traveler one-shot, here we go. For a lot of one-shots, this is kind of my process just in general. I might be running it tomorrow, which is a Saturday, or I might be running it on Sunday, who knows. I don't have a whole lot of prep time, so we're just going to go with it. Currently, right now, on my big monitor, where's my mouse? There it is. My big monitor, I have Google Docs. That's where I'm just going to be taking my notes. And then on my small monitor that doesn't have you guys on it, my Streamlabs, I'm realizing now I should probably make myself a little bit smaller on there. I have the Traveler map, and then I have not the current edition. I have an older edition of the Traveler Robots book. Let's see if I can make myself smaller here for you guys. There we go. So you can better see it. And then, I guess on my third screen, I have you guys over on Streamlabs. There you go. I guess it's a little bit better. So, anyway, we will go over and we'll just kind of work through it. Of course, I get a phone call while you guys are live with me. I basically already have an idea of what I want to do. My idea is to deal with a rogue AI controlling a moon. So, basically the moon is there to capture solar energy to help create jump drive components, which require a large amount of energy. And there's a AI that normally controls it, and the AI has basically gone rogue and self-aware. So, the idea is for the players to go in and save the few humans that are actually on the planet, and then nuke it if they have to. So, that's what we're going to do today. Hopefully you don't mind me drinking and typing. Where did I put my Traveler RPG books. Oh, I don't need them right now. I already have my pre-gens made. I'm going to show you guys my desktop. Watch out. Yeah, so I already have people made, which is nice. I'm not going to worry about that. So we have some people, everybody is competent in fighting. So they're all basically getting ready to... they're basically the best of the best, as much as they can be. Should have pulled this up over here, but that's okay. So anyway, the thing is right now I'm just basically going to throw a dart. Throw a dart somewhere in... I'm on Traveler map right now. And I'm going to stay within the Imperium. And I'm basically just going to make sure I'm in the Imperium. Cool, I am. Okay, and I'm going to just scroll in. And move to here. Where's my closest? Okay, so Harding and Mordor. That's funny. Harding and Mordor are kind of close to a main jump route. Let's go to Endarma. Let's call it Endarma because it's not a hazard zone through Traveler. So let's take a look at Endarma. Let's pull it up on here. It's an asteroid belt, so that would make sense. Population less than 10,000. Yeah, no, this would be perfect. They have a gas giant, and did it say if they had a moon? Or not moon, planetoid belt. Doesn't say how big their star is. No, wait, no, they got a primary. Okay, so it's M5-3 is the star. So we'll work on that. So processing plant for FTL drive components, rogue AI controlling and trying to spread her influence. So, the idea here is that, bring it over into, I guess, the bigger monitor. The AI who is controlling this, she would have what is known to Traveler as like a brain. We're in a high tech level. We're at least tech level 16 in this game. So it's almost like a lab grown brain that is the AI. And the idea here is The AI wants to infect some of the drones that the mining company and manufacturing company is using and spread her influence. And I call her a her because I'm going to call the rogue AI Daisy. It's not an acronym. It's just because Bicycle Built for Two has the name Daisy in it, and that's what Hal sings when he's being shut down in 2001: Space Odyssey. So that's kind of a deep cut. I'm a little under the weather today, so I need some coffee. Forgive me. So their idea is basically they're going to have to go in there and shut it down. Basically, if the drones can get themselves onto a faster than light. Hey man, how are you doing? I think was it last week you had to take off? It was your birthday, I think, right? Happy birthday, if I remember right. Longest running superhero RPG on Earth. Alright, so let's see here. Super carrier. We'll say 10. No, we'll say 5. Saving the 5. Yeah, you're welcome. I hope you're back. I think that's what was hurting. I hope your back is feeling better. I remember I found you early in the pandemic. I remember you saying like you had to do some stuff from your bed because you were having some issues. So hopefully that is getting taken care of. The scientists making the moon. And can't. I guess this doesn't really matter because no one's gonna read this, but I mean, I guess you guys are, but I can't spell right now. Players can effectively disarm Daisy, then the Navy will bless the moon. Basically, it's to give them a bit of a time crunch. It'll be it'll just kind of be a time crunch at the speed of plot. It's just to kind of give them something to move with. I suspected there was something wrong with my can of seltzer before I even opened it. It's leaking. Won't be drinking that. Luckily I have an open can of seltzer right here. Kirkland Sparkling Water, not a sponsor. Let's just do some. This is how I do it. What you guys are seeing is exactly how I go about writing these one shots. So I'm not holding anything back. You guys are gonna see me do silly stuff like random name generator, because I know if I try to make my own names, they'll all sound stupid. Oh man, I'm sorry that your back still hurts, dude. It's a little bit too complex. Sci-fi name generator. I hope you're, we're gonna be on Don John for a while today. I really hope that your back feels better, dude. I can use Serenity. Let's just do space. Okay, so let's see here. Scientists. We'll say Dame Claire. And Jonio Holly. And then let's do a couple female names. Lisa Wooders. Let's do Lily Mart. Mart. Lamas. And then we'll have a Vargar on there. No, we'll have an Aslan on there. We'll call her... Oh, man. They have, like, interesting names. I guess it doesn't really matter because most people who are playing this game don't know, like, all the lore of Traveler. Because this is a relatively homebrew thing, I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll call her... Lightfoot. Lightfoot of the House of Bear. Because the Vargars are clans, and then the Aslan are houses. If I remember right. Yeah, again, it doesn't really matter. She's the Aslan of the group. Everybody else is human. Okay, so let's come here. She has an M5 3 sun. I have a splitting headache. I had this really nasty headache for a couple of days. Renee's not feeling well either, which really sucks. So we're just like, bleh. quick. Oh, you play GURPS Traveler. Yeah, I have a couple of GURPS Traveler stuff. I'm like looking around for the physical media. I don't have it physical. I have it in PDF form. Let's see here. Oh, it's okay. You know, you get under the weather every once in a while. You've been under the weather for a while. Quick, what's a good moon name? What's a good name for this moon? You can help me out here. I need a name of the moon that the AI is controlling. And while you do that, I'm gonna use Shodan. I forgot her name. I'm gonna use Shodan. Let's copy her. Lead to 7. There we go. Thank you. Lead us 7. That's not how you spell lead us. Let's just paste her. Then just wrap text around her. Okay. So let me show you guys what I have going on right here. I haven't done much on here. I honestly don't take a whole lot of notes. I know that sounds bad as a game master, but like I'll write down some things, but like a lot of things I just have like in my head, which I know that it's not good for new players who are like, how do you make something? I've been doing this for over a decade now, and I don't know. I just know how to like make stuff up on the fly if I need to. I can tell you a long time ago I didn't know how to do that. Or I probably did, but I was way too unconfident. I was not confident enough. Sci-fi robots. And now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of looking at some ideas for small little robots. Oops. Here we go. I'm just the robots in I don't remember if it's in this page or in this document or if it's in another one. The robots that they show are just really, really funny looking. So basically my robot brain is a tech level 17. Yeah, the first time behind the GM screen, everything felt unofficial. Yeah. The very first game I ran was a 3rd edition Dungeons & Dragons, and I had not known 90% of the rules. Okay, that's a lie. I knew how the game worked, but I had no idea how to build an encounter or anything like that. So it's just I wung it, and my players did pretty well, and they had a lot of fun. They're like, "Can we do it again?" So I was like, "Okay, I guess I did it well." And that gave me confidence. I don't know if I would have had the same confidence doing it if my players hadn't asked me if we could do it again. So, this is the Mongoose's 2nd edition. So this is this is 2d6. That's the simple answer. This is a 2d6 version. can read this aloud? No, don't read that aloud. Let's see here. Traveler RPG robot. Here they are. Don't they? This, for some reason, this. What's the name of that? There's that robot in Futurama, who's kind of like a dick. This is what he looks like, that robot from Futurama. He's like a bad guy robot, like he's in gangs and stuff. If anybody remembers him. I don't know. I don't remember his name. Roberto. There we go. Yeah, exactly. This is this guy. But this, I don't know when this came out. This must be an updated version, because it said it was put in 2019. And it's not in the book. But yeah. Okay. Anyway. Generally what I was trying to do is just find a picture of a small, stupid robot. Because the main enemies in this game are going to be some robots. I like this. This is a good robot. Good robot. Come on, Google Docs. Thank you. Jeez Louise. Google Docs is so much fun. Same with Microsoft Word, where it's like, oh, you want to put an image in somewhere? Too bad. We'll destroy the entire layout of your entire page. Okay, so who is this written by? Who's this made by? I don't read the Cyrillic alphabet. I know that. I'm just going to put that there. Really? There we go. I'm just going to put that there. Again, I don't read the Cyrillic alphabet. But I always do like to at least attempt, even if it's just for me, credit the artist. I hope this person's okay with me just using it for personal use. I'm not publishing this or distributing it. Just going to use this as a quick photo to show my players, but I do want them to know that I got this from somebody else. Shodan, I could just say, comes from System Shock, which was... Uh-oh. Wasn't it the same people who did Wastelands? This is what it's like for me to create a one-shot, by the way. I go all over the place. Looking Glass. Cambridge, Massachusetts. Okay. Enough of that. So, take a look at my characters really quickly. Wait. Actually, no. I'm going to keep this here. I'm going to bump you guys over to my small monitor. And then I'm going to pull up my people I made. I'm just kind of take a look to see how good people are. I made the Scout of Vet, who is like pretty good at a lot of things. See, Pilot is good at some stuff. Is anybody good at computers? Remote. Sensors. Comms. Sensors. That's kind of, yeah, so you thinking about this while you drive or shower and then fill in the gaps. That's kind of what I was doing. Earlier in the week, last week we went up to Renee's sister's house for her birthday up in New Hampshire. And we, on the way back, we came home late. We're in Connecticut. It's not that bad. It's like 2 hours and 45 minutes. Renee falls asleep, so while she was sleeping, to keep myself awake, I was basically thinking about this game and what I was going to do. And I was like, you know what? I like the game System Shock. And we were just doing a whole bunch of reading on and watching some videos on artificial intelligence. And I was like, you know what? Let's do something crazy with AI. Not the Steven Spielberg movie, though. Okay, so we got some people who are good at a lot of things. So now what I gotta do, and this is what I do next. Renee is my fiance. She is the crazy woman who somehow supports me doing all this, and she's off right now. Actually, she might be one of the viewers watching this. She might have this on playing in the office right now. She's a vet, so she's like probably taking care of a dog right now, or a cat, and she has me on her phone in the background, and there's like probably like one of the receptionists is hearing me right now. Oh, but anyway, now what I'm gonna do is I do things backwards from a lot of people, from what I understand. Some oh yeah, I bring her up. We met. I did a video on it. We met playing D&D, and that's actually how I proposed to her, was through D&D. So I had a custom-made, she loves dragons, so I had a custom-made dragon ring made for her. So anyway, I do things backwards here. Some people like to think of like their skill challenges and that kind of stuff beforehand. I have to make a map first. I might just use Dungeon's dungeon generator, but we'll see. I call this a community. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. This isn't exactly what I need. I like it. Let's go with military ship. Who knows? I might just have to kind of make it up as I go along. Oh, nice. Okay. But no, that's not what I'm going to do. Let's do... Let's just do Dungeon Generator. Oh, that's fine. I do that with your videos too. No offense. I'll pop in, be like, yo! Leave a comment on something that is either somewhat relevant or not relevant at all. And then have you on and try to give you the whole the whole playthrough to keep your time up, your playtime up. But sometimes I'm doing the dishes or walking the dog or something, so that's okay. You don't have to be there for everything. I appreciate you there in the first place. That's very kind. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I am going to create my enemies first. Because then I'm just going to... I'll just draw it out and I'll just make it up. Okay. I know this is old school, but it translates over pretty easily. I don't know if I'll give a dice modifier for these things being small. Hold on 1 second. Can you hear me in the background? I'm trying to adjust some of my stuff. Come on. I need to get this green screen out of here at some point. Got some books. I don't know if it's going to be in Traveler Companion, but I'm looking for it. Right now, I'm just... It's not going to be in here. I am just trying to look at some guidelines for weaponing out. Like, I know what I would do for humans. And then what am I saying? Not weaponing out. Armoring. And how to more better Seven-R 3D5. Yeah, he came in a little bit late, but that's okay. This is... I have a game this weekend. I have a group of games this weekend. So I'm... everybody who comes basically has to game it. Everybody has to run a game. So I figured I'd run a Traveler game. Because most people are going to be running a... most people are going to be running Savage Worlds. Some of them... Yeah, actually, I think everybody's basically running a Savage Worlds game. So I wanted to run something a little bit different. So I'm running this. This isn't really designed for anybody to, like, download or anything. But, I mean, if people wanted it, I could make it available on Google Docs to download. It's nothing fancy. It's just for a one-shot to run for some people. I don't think I need anything terribly crazy. I mean, think about it. These guys are worker robots who happen to have a couple of things to keep them, like, alive in case there's something to fight. So let's give them laser pistols. So... I don't think I'm gonna call them 7R 5-3 whatever. I know you're making a Star Wars joke. My head's not wrapping around it right now. I like these little wheels. I'm called Pips. Pip drones. Pip drones. We'll give them... We'll give them 5 HP each, but I'll give them 1 point of armor. Let's see here. I think it'll be fun to let people with, like, remote or comms to shut down a couple of them. Like, my idea is to swarm them with these. So, let's see here. They'll go on, initiative will be +0. Let's see, we'll give it a, if you can do a 9, I am so sorry. Here we go. Huh, that's fun. Yeah, I'm prepping very different from how a lot of people would prep. Again, this is for just a one shot. I'm not really following huge lore. This is for people who don't really play Traveler, so I'm not like diving deep into the lore. We are using a lore-friendly planetoid. It's an asteroid belt. And Dharma, they do have a sun and a gas giant, but they have less than 10,000 savants, so it just made sense. And I randomly picked it, by the way, but it just happened to make sense. But yeah, this isn't like, if I went to a Traveler convention and showed this game, people would be like, what the heck? Like, it would make sense because we're playing Traveler the way we play Traveler, but this is a tech level 17 game. At least it might be higher than that. At least the robot brain is at least tech level 17. I'm trying to remember if one of our guys. I don't remember what the man-portable plasma cannon is on tech level. So let's see. It's a DC-9 remote or remote sensors or comms to shut down one. 12 to shut down 2D. 1D plus 1. Do 1D plus 1. So basically, I'm going to let people who have remote or sensors or comms in electronics be able to shut these guys down from a distance if they need to. Basically, the 9 on the 2d6 will shut down 1, but if you roll a 12 or higher, you'll do 1d plus 1. So you'll at least have 2 up to 7. Let's see here. These guys have a tech level 19 laser pistol, which is a 30 meter range. I might bump the range up just a little bit. We'll call it a 40 meter range. It's more like a carbine. 40 meter range. It does 3D plus 3. You know what? Maybe I'll just have it do 3D. Because if I'm going to bump up the range, I'll let it do 3D instead. 3D. It's got a 100 round magazine. I'll just say never reloads. Because who cares? Is there anything else I should know for them? Like I said, this is very basic. Very, very, very basic. I guess I can give them all, like, recon. Skills doesn't really matter. I mean, they're basically all just baddies. So, who cares? There is one thing in here I do care about, though, and that is gas. Because I think it would be fun to gas people. Huh. Molten rock and metal only does 60 damage per round. That's kind of funny. I don't know what's in here somewhere. Oh well. I was just looking to see what... I know there's somewhere in here there's rules for, like, gas and obscurement and stuff, but that's whatever. Doesn't matter. So we got these pip drones, and then we'll have... Let's see here. History. Oh no, you guys can see all of my history. There we go. I was hoping to get like a flying one somewhere. I can just use these and just pretend that they don't have wheels and they fly. What? They move 5 stars. We'll give the flying pips something a little bit better. Because they're, we'll call the flying pips like the guards. So we'll give them 10 HP, armor 1. We'll give them +0 and initiative 2. Wow, I can't spell today. Can't type, can't spell. And then on them, I think it would be fun to have something that's like... We'll give these guys a slightly harder DC to shut down. Give them a DC 10. But we'll give them a DC 13 to shut down. So just bumped everything up by 1. We'll give them machine guns. Why not, right? Machine gun. It's got 500 meters range. Jeez. It's 3D and it's auto 4. So... we can say that these can fly 6 squares. As you can see, I'm very inconsistent even on my own. I'm not doing everything consistently, but that's okay. If I could, I'd be writing this all. I'd just be writing it. But because I want people to see my thought process, I figured I'd type it. It's easier for me to show my screen with me typing it. It's for me to attempt to have an overhead cam and watch me write. And then I wanted one like big guy. Because, like, I think that... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm thinking that, like, Daisy would have, like, a big, brute henchman kind of baddie. Robot protecting her. there is, I don't have my vehicle. Okay, so I'm gonna basically use a I'm not the greatest writer when it comes to my handwriting, but so basically, what I'm thinking of for this big final bad guy that they'll have to fight is embarrassingly kind of a Johnny Five ripoff, where it's a robot that kind of stands up like this. But I'm going to give it a light autocannon, so it does 6D 3 times. And they'll really have to blow it up. You know what? We'll just call him. We'll call him Johnny Thrive. That's gonna be the name of this big bad. He'll have a HP. Where am I typing? HP of what? $50, and then I'll say 50, and then like if that is either too much or too little, I'll just adjust it on the fly. This is supposed to be the big bad boss fight, the big bad boss fight, and because it's a one shot. And because I really don't care, and honestly, even in the campaign, I do this. I keep the hit points. I always keep the AC usually, but I keep the hit points pretty much as much as I want them to be. If that makes sense, like. If we built up a big game, this big bad, and like, oh man, we gotta fight him, and somebody takes him out one round, and be like, you know, that's not how many hit points he has. He has much more than that. Or, wow, this has been 6 rounds and it's been a slog fest. Well, he's basically dead. So that's just how I do things. We'll give 3 points of armor. Oh man, I'm having a hard time. That splitting headache I have, we'll give him a +1. He won't be able to be shut down by these people. You know, I should probably give these guys a they're gonna have a 0 gun combat. These guys are gonna have a +1. I basically what I would say is that the pip drones don't even have a +0 in their gun combat, but we'd call their weapons a smart weapon. So it's the effect of having a +0. Let's see. Immune to electronic warfare. Light auto cannon. What's the range? Hmm, 1 mile. Or no, 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer, so who cares? 1,000 squares. That doesn't really matter. Okay. 6D 3. In other words, you better hide behind things. Oh yeah. Definitely. Like this troll's not a this troll doesn't take fire damage. What do you mean? It doesn't take any extra fire damage. It doesn't heal from, or wait, no, it doesn't take any extra fire damage. Matter of fact, it seems to be healing it. In a game like D&D where I guess this could be for any RPG, but in any game where a lot of players know the tropes or may have even read the manual for the monsters, I like to just I'll change things up. More than half, I'd say 3/4 of my monsters in D&D are homebrew anyway, so but no one from this table is going to know about the hit points and stuff from a robot in Traveler. So I'll say that this can move 5 squares. And yeah, the abstract is a very good way to go about it. Obviously, when I ran in Adventurers League, where everything had to be logged and by the book and yada yada, I ran it by the rules. But in most of my homebrew campaigns, I don't care so much about the hit points as I care about what what it takes to hit me, and then what I can do to hit back. That's about it. So. A pet peeve of yours is a player grabbing the monster manual during a fight to try to look up its weakness. You, sir, have... if that is a pet peeve, I hate to see what really pisses you off, because that's not a pet peeve for me. That's a, hey, you're cheating. I understand that as a game master I'm cheating, but you're not gonna, don't open the frickin' monster manual while we're fighting. If you're a druid, maybe you can open it up for yourself, your creature, but don't, you're fighting this beholder, don't be looking up beholders in the monster manual. Luckily, I don't play with anybody like that, so. I hear about all these, RPG horror stories, and I am super duper lucky that I've never had to deal with that kind of shit. Pardon my language. Okay, let's put you guys into a bigger camera. I don't know if I can make this any bigger without it looking weird. There we go. Alright. You guys are going for a little ride. I don't know the best way to go about doing this. Because basically I want to show you guys my maps that I'll be drawing. I think I might have an idea. I'm gonna put you guys down right here. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll put you guys down right here. I'm sure you guys are having the rough rides of your life. Describe the monster without naming it. That's a good idea. But people don't know what it is. I mean, it's hard to not know, right? Especially like if you've been playing forever. I have a friend, Dave, who is running a D&D game for us. And a lot of his monsters have been homebrew, thankfully. But, like, I'm sure there's something that he's thrown in there, and I just can't remember off the top of my head, that, like, I knew, like, what they were and how to beat them. But it's hard to forget. You know, that troll example is the quintessential example, where it's like, how do you get somebody who's played D&D forever to roleplay that they forget and not know how killing one works? Especially when there's a whole bunch of new people in the party and everybody's dying. Let's see if I can get a decent angle for you guys here. Probably should have worked out all the kinks beforehand, but here we go. This is a Yeti mic, by the way. It is not a dildo, as some people have gone so far as to suggest. Yeah, we could totally do a prep talk over stream. That would be fun. So, this is a mostly AI and robot run facility. But there are 5 humans that stay in the inside of the moon. Pretty to just be there just in case. The idea is that the moon, there's actually rockets, like big ass rockets strapped to it. And the AI is there to put the moon as close as possible to the sun to harness as much energy as it can and then kind of back away from it so that the moon doesn't melt. And, you know, you can't have a human pilot do that because it requires, like, incredibly quick stuff. Quick, you know, off-the-cuff changes to keep things from exploding. But there are humans, and the closer you get to a big sun, the more likely they are to die. So a lot of the power goes to also air conditioning. But these people are going to be deep inside they're going to be deep inside the moon to kind of shield them from the electromagnetic rays, the radiation, and the heat itself. This is Staples. It's an easel pad it's a graph paper. So they got 1-inch squares. I really like using these. I'm not really a big fan of the wet or dry erase grid maps anymore. I really like these. They're really cheap, I guess, for what they are. If you want something even cheaper, I did make a quick video on using the back of wrapping paper with the 1-inch squares. That works too. So I think what I'm going to do is start off by just gray in here. That's kind of a gray. I think I'm going to start off by just kind of drawing over here kind of what the moon looks like. And I understand that you guys probably can't see that perfectly, but that's okay, I'll change it. And I'll show you guys in a second. I don't know. It just got big ass rocket boosters strapped onto it somehow. Guys, it's tech level 17 at least, so we can just pretend that this is possible. They have rules for making ships out of asteroids, so why not make it bigger and make a ship out of a moon? Oh, hi, Shauner. Shauner. Please, before you berate me, please know that this isn't 100% lore accurate, nor am I 100% sticking to the rules. Please don't hate me. Players making rolls for their turn? Yikes. I don't know what that's in regards to. Okay, so basically what's going on is kind of in the inside. Now, this is all manufacturing stuff. This is where they live, basically in the middle, and then there's like, kind of like what in Empire Strikes Back, they had to fly through that like tunnel to get to the core, and the Death Star, that's kind of what this is like. So they can land in here. Basically, the super carrier is going to jump in. And then they're going to take a smaller craft, maybe just a shuttle, I'll give them, not even like a far trader or anything, just a shuttle, to land in there. And their idea, what they have to do is they have to blow it up. They have to rescue the 5 people, get the heck out of there, and blow it up so that Daisy doesn't infect all the other drones and robots, and then send them out to all over this mining belt, and then infect all the other robots in the mining belt. That would be bad. So, trying to just keep it simple because nobody's played Traveler before. So, I'm the only one, again, not running Savage Worlds. So, this is just a one-shot, it's a smash and grab kind of thing. Don't expect it to take much longer than 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So I'm going to draw the landing dock first. I think that'll probably, I'll draw a landing bay area. That'll be our first map. And so when I'm doing one-shots like this, I kind of just freeform it. It doesn't really matter to me so much. So this is just to kind of give the veneer of Traveler. without actually going deep into the roots of it, or deep into the rules, is what I meant to say. It's not a very straight line, but that's okay. So sentient's a virus here. Sorta. I mean, if you've played System Shock. I kinda understand. So this is going to be kind of a big ass docking arm that is on the fritz, so they won't be able to land here. They have to land on this docking arm. It doesn't really matter. I just like to draw little cool lore things in my maps. What about you guys? Do you guys like to do fun little lore things in your maps that don't really mean too much, but if a player asks, they get rewarded? So far, what's going on? Old dog. That's okay. Wish I had more colors here. Kind of boring just to do black. Oh well. This will be a screen right here. This will be another screen. They'll both be flashing red. Because these double doors, these blast doors are closed. We'll say that you got about 100 feet above you and 100 feet below you under this dock. We'll have some orange palettes. And so I actually use the cover rules for the most part in Traveler. I think that makes combat more fun. Adding the armor. So in a lot of ways, it turned out to just a giant slugfest of who's got the most grenades. And just for sake of my sanity, I write. Here, I'll show you. Probably hard to see. I write, you'll see +1. on the map, so I don't have to look it up. I can just be like, okay, so if you hide behind here, if there's a bad guy here and you're hiding this way, this will grant you +1 armor. Because in Traveler, to hit, it's always going to be an 8. That's what you roll with your 2d6, and then you add your modifiers to it. So 8 is always going to hit, so you're not trying to hit AC. You're trying to just hit. And then your armor basically counts as the soak value of how much you're going to soak before you take any of that damage yourself. And hiding behind things like this basically just soaks more damage for you. So you get a +1 of a soak, basically. And because it's a one-shot, I won't do this. For campaigns, I won't do this. But for one-shots, I will. And I'll show you what I do. Again, this is just because I'm just trying to quickly showcase this off a little bit. Just have some fun. You know, we're going to be playing 4 or 5 games that day already. Making up a lot of paperwork is just annoying. So, I say, to open up these doors, they need an electronics check of 6. So I'll just write directly on the map the kind of check that I want them. Instead of writing it down in notes, I can just be like, okay, yeah, I need you to make an electronics check of 6 for that. I understand that some game masters don't like that. You know, they shouldn't know the kind of DCs they have to go up against or what they should do. They should have to think about it. And you're right. And in the grand scheme of things, in big campaigns, I love it when my players try to think of new ways to get through things. For this, I just want them to know that I want electronics roll of 6. Try to make it. They are going to go up against some enemies in this. And on the map, I'll probably also draw initiative on the map. So I won't obviously be showing you guys the combat because we'll be playing. But like I'll do the initiative directly on the map and even the hit points and stuff because I'm an open roller DM. I don't keep anything behind anything. I don't hide anything. So I don't care if you see how many hit points I write down. If you want to cheat, that's your own fault. But if I'm doing it blatantly in front of them, I really don't care, obviously. So, and that's why I love these things, because you can just easily tear it, and you got yourself some grid paper. So, that's one. And what's really nice is that you can stick this up on the wall. But I'm not going to stick it on there. Alright. Okay, so thank you guys for sticking with me so far, by the way. There's a couple of you who have been watching this the whole time. So thank you. Alright. So for this particular map, I'm thinking I'm going to make it a pretty much a multi-room map. Nothing too crazy. I'm going to draw the whole map out, and I don't mind the players seeing the map, but until they get into a room, they won't know if there's any enemies there. In a campaign, again, I will totally hide the map. I actually used to do it for one-shots, and in horror games, if I'm doing a one-shot horror game, I'll still cover up a lot of the map just to kind of help with that tension. With this, I don't really plan on doing that. So I'm going to draw, I don't know, maybe this is a common washroom where people will, where the 5 will do their bodily functions and shower. Down here, it'll be maybe like a rec room plus an exercise room. Something for people just to kind of, for the people to just have some fun. I mean, they're in the middle of a moon, so like they have a lot of space, and they have to make do with space. So this can be in any weird configuration I want it to be. That's, yeah. Maybe here will be kind of their lunchroom and barracks. Basically their cafeteria. And then this area will just be their control room. There we go. That looks pretty good. So we'll call this the washroom. Call this the rec room. Call this the mess and barracks, and then we'll call this the control room. Kind of like this. I had no idea what I was going to do for this. Like, I just made this up as I was going along. So, I just drew this and was like, you know what, that looks good. What's nice about this paper is that it's cheap, so if I didn't like it, I could just tear it off and use another one. But I'm going to do this. I am going to let's see here. I used this lighter pair. So this is the doorway that they are going to be coming in from. And the first thing that they're going to see is one of the people that they wanted to rescue is dead. So, Oops. Large pool of blood. Bleh. So we can say, who do we want? Who do we want this to be? This will be Lily Mart. I forget how to do a strike through. Oops. Oh well. We'll just put it in italics. So unfortunately, Lily has been blown to bits. We'll give it a med check. We'll give it a med check of 6 to see that it wasn't, she wasn't killed by the same things that the pips were. A laser, any kind of laser pistol. It was, a kinetic weapon. So that means that there's something in here, and this will be the first time that they figure out there's the flying pips, or there might be something like they won't know that the flying pips are there, but they'll know that there is something here that has a different firearm than the things that they just shot or fought. So something else in here is shooting something else, or possibly, what if it's one of the other humans? So yeah. And you know what? I'm going to have one other person dead too. I think it would be great to have one other person dead. Wow. Out of context, that sounds terrible. I'm going to have one other person taken out. And the reason is because... Here, I'll show you. So, okay. So I wanted to, I wanted my players to figure out that there might be something nasty and big. So there's one other dead, human NPC in here. But I also drew little blood tracks that look like they could be treads. So that is to help them go, there's something in here. By then, they probably would have already fought the flying pips. So they would know that it's not something who's flying. There's something else with treads in here. And that's going to be Johnny Thrive, who's the big bad. Well, that's not the AI. This is going to be basically the number 2 to Daisy. We'll make it easy, a survival check of 6. To just be like, yeah, that's totally tread marks. I just like to foreshadow with stuff like this. I just think it's fun, personally. I am being texted by I'm being texted by Senator Chris Murphy. I don't want to get into politics, but I'm not here to get into politics. That's not what this channel is about. But for the love of God, I've replied to every single congressman or senator automated message saying stop. Please don't message me, and yet I still get messages from these people. I get messages from somebody who claims to be part of like the Donald Trump campaign, like asking me to click on links to give donations. Like, this isn't me pro or anti any party. This is me saying, leave me alone. Please, both of you, just leave me alone. All parties need to leave me alone. Okay. So, we'll say that here, there's a, maybe a broken beam. Maybe it fell from the ceiling. I'll give it a +1 armor if you were to hide there. There's going to be a whole bunch of flashing lights in here. Basically, I hear in my head the warning lights from the very first Halo on the Pillar of Autumn when they're being invaded by the Covenants. I can hear it in my head. I can't recreate it with my mouth. The beep 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 noise. Beep 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 is kind of the noise that I actually made. So basically, flashing lights all over the place. I'm not into politics anyway. I'm just frustrated that I keep on getting text messages from them. Like, this is Chris Murphy's, second text this week? And it's the same exact message. So, I just... got nothing against the guy personally. But I definitely have something against his marketing team who keeps on trying to get me to do something. Let's see here. I don't know. Let's make the treadmills blue. We got ourselves some blue treadmills. Treadmills. We'll make ourselves, a nice couch. Nice big comfy couch. So that these guys all can sit on it. And then a big TV. I'll get that +1. So yeah, we'll have a big TV here so they can watch whatever movies they like to watch in 3780. My problem is I never know what to draw with what color. Okay, we'll have a foosball table here, because why not? Yada yada. I guess it doesn't really matter, but there we go. Kind of some bathroom. Toilets. I know there's 5 of them there, and there's only 4 toilets. Let's hope that all of them don't have to use the toilet at the same time. And then here, we can have a nice big, I don't know. Do you think in, do you think in 3700 everyone will stop caring and everyone can just take a shower together? We'll just say that. You ever see Starship Troopers? Everyone took a shower together in Starship Troopers. Didn't matter what gender they were. And there's an alien in this, so, you know. We'll have a pile of rubble. Give them a +1 to that pile of rubble. Starship Troopers is such a... I love the movie. I love how anti-war and stupid it is. It's so different from the book. Robert Heinlein's a good author. But the movie was very enjoyable. I think it's funny that the first movie has Neil Patrick Harris, who plays... Why can't I remember his name suddenly? From How I Met Your Mother. And then in the second movie? Is it the second movie or is it the third movie? The guy who plays Ted in How I Met Your Mother is in it. He's like the psychic in that one. Barney and Ted. I think it's kind of funny that and then, of course, the girl who plays Robin is in all the Avengers. So there's 2 of them dead. So these yellow markers is going to be where I hide 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's only 5. So that's where I'm going to hide the 3 alive people. And then just for funsies, we'll make the control panels pink. Go all +1. And then... where is this? Pull this out just a second. will sensor power. Okay, so basically what I did here, you guys are probably seeing me do all this and be like, what the heck is he doing? Okay, so here, I know it's upside down, but here in the control room, I want there to be a triggered, basically a triggered encounter, where once somebody gets to this spot with the asterisk, Daisy is going to come over the intercom and cut off life support and a lot of the power and stuff. And because the moon is getting close to the star, it's getting really hot, but also at the same time, the life support is what's kind of helping push not push, it's helping keep gravity in check. And right now, these guys right here, they'll suddenly be experiencing like thrust gravity of like 4 times what they normally. So they're gonna have like a really hard time walking and trying to use these these control surfaces to re-engage life support. Luckily, they'll all be in vac suits, but the other people won't be. So the other people are going to start gasping for breath and having a hard time. So to save them, these guys are going to have to quickly push through that to put get the power back on, get life support back on. Luckily, we'll have people with power and life support in their engineering backgrounds, as well as comms and sensors, because I need you're gonna need the comms open so that they can talk with the ship or something, because it's being blocked right now by Daisy. And then sensors is going to show if they make a sensors check, they'll be able to open up the cameras and see what's going on in the next room. And I made these little yellow spots. Again, that's where they're going to find the alive crew members. And last but not least, the final showdown. I'll come in here, and what the players will find is just a... Oops. Screwed that up. That's okay. Basically just a huge room that picture kind of does some justice to Daisy. If any of you guys have seen Power Rangers with what's his face, like literally the face guy, kind of how his face is is like the computer. Why can't I remember his name either? Anyway, that's basically what they're going to be seeing here. And we will make her. I'll make Daisy. And we'll make Daisy pink. Why not? Basically, yeah, Zordon, thank you. So basically, Daisy is a giant 3D kind of semi actually there, but semi artificial, like hologram of a face. Again, kind of like Shodan in System Shock. So there is an actual, like, physical face. And because it's such a high tech level, it's like an organic matter brain mixed with technology to kind of help with the computing power. They'll have to defeat her if they want to get out, because she has locked out I like to write my notes on the map. She's locked out the docking arms, meaning that you can't get back in your shuttle to get back to the ship unless you have defeated her. She's actually going to be relatively easy to defeat. I'll type it up on here. I'm thinking maybe to defeat her, it's not going to be so much attacks as it's going to be electronic warfare. So if they can make 3 successful checks against her, I'll say between 3 or 5 successful electronics checks. That I'll keep that relatively vague in my head, depending on how well they're doing, and that will defeat her. But it's Johnny Thrive who they're really going to have to worry about. And going to be a whole bunch of memory banks for them to hide behind. And that'll be good because they're going to need all the armor that they can get. So these are basically just memory banks, basically large, what's above a petabyte? A hexabyte? Hexabytes worth of stuff. And they're all going to give +4 cover. And they're going to need that +4 cover because their cannon can do 6D. So you know what? Maybe I'll give them plus 8 cover from this. They're designed to be able to withstand a lot of damage because they hold her brain. And actually, that's a really good point. I think it would be so here's an idea. Just work with me here for a second. So I drew some little pink squares. These little pink squares are going to be the sites for the players who are going to try to defeat Daisy. That's where they have to be to plug in to do their electronics checks. So like they can do it from here, here, but they're going to also want to watch out for Johnny Thrive, who's driving around trying to kill them all. So some people will have to work on trying to keep him away, and some people will have to be on here trying to make these checks. And then once I do that, Daisy will be defeated. Johnny Thrive, if they defeat Daisy first, Johnny Thrive will just shut down. Or if they defeat Johnny Thrive, then they'll be able to just defeat Daisy, and they'll be able to get the heck out of there. So, I like this idea. This is basically just a dungeon crawl in space, with like futuristic tech, but no, it's no different from a standard dungeon crawl, really, with a big bad at the end. See, I'm wearing my Crocs. But I like it. You know, I think that this is going to be an easy thing to run. There's not a whole lot of paperwork to go on with it. So, let's see, can you guys see me? Excuse me. We'll just say that, here is this support and okay. Quickly for those. Vac suits, yeah. Got vac suits, and then 3 to 5 electronics checks on pink spots to defeat Daisy, DC 10. And then we'll just copy and paste. Oops. We'll just copy and paste Johnny 5 onto here, so people are like, oh yeah, him. And then this is Daisy. And guys, I think we have ourselves a one-shot. Oh my gosh, really? Come on. There we go. What do you guys think? We have ourselves a one-shot. Nice and easy. I thought about it, kind of basically how it was going to work in my head for about an hour and a half, just kind of drumming up some ideas. And then it took me 2 hours here on stream to just kind of get it going. That's with the maps drawing and me stopping to talk to you guys. So it took me very, very short amount of time to kind of come up with a 2 hour one shot for Traveler. So it's not the hardest thing in the world to do, to come up with one shots, if you're willing to not go too in depth in a lot of things. And that's how I do it. This is how I make one shots. Call of Cthulhu one shots are a little bit different. If you ever want to see me do a Call of Cthulhu one shot live making, that will take a while. That'll be a much longer stream. But let me know if that's what you guys want to see. It's about 2 o'clock here. I am going to get off for the day, as I have to get ready to go to work tonight, and then I have some things I gotta take care of around the farm. So I thank all of you for watching. Longest running RPG hero, or RPG superhero RPG on Earth. For the life of me, your name is too long for me to say sometimes. Thank you for staying here this whole time. 20mm RPG, thank you for stopping by. Sean, or thank you for stopping by. And anyone else who stopped by that I didn't get to say hi to. So, I thank you guys for watching. I'm very appreciative of you all. And let me know in the comments if this is something you want to see more of. And I will call you CK. Thank you all for watching. And as always,